When you want only the best for your pet, check out AbbybellPetDesigns.com. We offer quality products such as floppy beds, crate pads, round pet beds, pillow slip covers, belly bands, and more. All products come in a variety of colors and sizes, guaranteed to satisfy your pet's particular style. Your pet deserves to be pampered, so shop at AbbybellPetDesigns.com. If you don't see the item you want listed in our shop, just drop us a line and we'll be glad to make the product of your pet's dreams. AbbybellPetDesigns.com. Good morning, everybody. How are you on this Monday? Hey, Robin, good morning. Good to see you. Big Al. Okie Fish. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody? As you're coming in, don't forget, My Ears Are Not Like Yours, a great children's book. Great to give to somebody for Valentine's Day that's coming up. This is a great positive message for children, young children. They need to get this message early so that they can have it throughout life. This is on Amazon.com. My Ears Are Not Like Yours. The people who've read it so far, I'm really getting good reviews back from it. Thank you so much for those of you who have given me a review. Hey, Rick, good morning. Steve, good morning. Pat, everybody, thank you so much. And as we come in, I'm going to go ahead and quickly read to you Psalm 75. We give thanks to you, O God. Give thanks for your wondrous works. Declare that your name is near. When I choose the proper time, I will judge uprightly. The earth and all of its inhabitants are dissolved. Good morning. Hello, Carmen. I set up its pillars firmly. I said to the boastful, do not deal boastfully, and to the wicked, do not lift up the horn. Do not lift up your horn on high. Do not speak with a stiff neck. For exaltation comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He puts down one and exalts another. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is fully mixed, and he pours it out. Surely its dredge shall all the wicked of the earth. Drink and drink down. Drain and drink down. That sounds like the swamp. Surely its dregs shall all the wicked of the earth drain and drinks down. But I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. All the horns of the wicked I will also cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted. Amen. Hey, Mike. Good morning, Tim. Good morning. Okay, so, hey, and Daniel, Lisa, Danielle, God is the judge. Amen. That's right, Joel, Susan. Were you out of town yesterday morning? No, Wayne. Why? All the people said amen. Thanks. Hey, Chessie. Why, Wayne, were you asking if I was out of town? Did you think you saw me someplace? Hey, Barbara, good morning. Texas, Texas. Yesterday's Super Bowl was almost prophetic. Yeah, I think so. They were saying that the Eagles won because they pray before the game and are God-fearing. Hey, Renee. Fox News reported DNC created a second dossier. Is anybody surprised? So what do you want to talk about concerning what's been going on with the memo? Anybody have any questions? Hey, Teresa. Anything that they in particular want to talk about and discuss before we get started? Too many who called boycott didn't actually boycott. Rhonda, I didn't watch the Super Bowl myself. I saw a lady that looked like you. Wayne, you should have gone up. Maybe it was me. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Shannon. Good morning. No, it wasn't me, though. 24 here, cold. Oh, Barbara. Ooh. I boycotted. I didn't watch any of it. I did see Pink this morning. They had it posted, her singing the national anthem. Nobody seemed, hey, Mark, nobody seemed to be kneeling, which was great to see that nobody decided to be a moron at the Super Bowl. So that was really good. She did a great job, but nobody can do it like Whitney Houston. So not a minute. Yep, me either. Great Super Bowl. You missed it. Nope, I didn't miss a thing. Sobek posted boycott but watched. Oh, well, that's not good. Rhonda. I live blogged the Super Bowl yesterday, Rick said. Just ordered 3 of your books. Robin, thank you. I heard it says True Patriots did not watch. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for ordering 3 books, Robin. That is so nice of you. A lot of people are ordering a couple of my books, and they're going to give one away like to an orphanage or one away to a library. I know Carmen's doing something like that, and that's a really great thing to do. Thank you for doing that. I would love to get them into schools and libraries. If anybody knows has any connections to do that and they want to buy them for their school or library, that would be great if the school's willing to do that. 72, mostly cloudy here in Southwest Florida now, Rick said. Yep, supposed to be about 80 today. Anybody have any things that you want to talk about specifically in regards to the memo or Rosenstein? I will have to say, I did write an article today at susanknowles.com giving you my feelings about how and if Rosenstein can be fired. Yes, Mark, I did. I wrote a children's book. It's a positive message for children. It's called My Ears Are Not Like Yours, and it's available on Amazon.com and be a great gift for a small child for Valentine's Day or birthday. Hey, Amber, good morning. How are you? So, my article at susanknowles.com. Thank you, Mark. He's not going to be fired, not at least by the president. Is Gowdy trying to be the new FBI director? Mike, from what ages is the book for, Chesney? About ages, let's say 4 to 9, 10-ish, somewhere in there. Thank you. Teresa, you'll love the reason behind the book, too. You'll figure out why it says my ears are not like yours throughout the book. I don't think Gowdy is going to try to do anything like with the FBI or whatever. He has said he wants to go back and practice law and teach. Those were his words. He's already, some people are putting out the rumor, well, maybe he'll take a circuit court judge position or something like that. He's already turned down one in South Carolina. Hey, Yolanda. So that's not an option unless he changes his mind. He's saying it and he is not doing it. Barbie says she's not trusting Gowdy. I think Trey is waiting to see what spot comes open. Could be Amber. I think also, as he had said before, hey, Superman Cabby, it's your first day. As he said before, his wife wants him back home in South Carolina. So anything that he may do, it appears to be that it will be more in the South Carolina area. But there was a Circuit Court of Appeals position opened up on the day that he said he was resigning. And he said he didn't want it. So tired of left blaming Trump for the memo. Well, they're going to do that, though. I mean, what else are they going to say? Great nieces will love them. Oh, yay, Robin. Thank you. My audio is out here, gang. No, Pat, no. Well, I wish I knew sign language. Left so blind to the memo facts. How could we get copies of your book? Chesney, just go to Amazon.com and look for My Ears Are Not Like Yours. He jumped on the AG position, I think. No, Amber, he was already offered that before Sessions took the position. They talked to Gowdy about taking that job, and he didn't want it. But signed by you. Well, you'd have to send it to me, Chesney, and I could sign it. Yeah, signed books. You'd have to send it to me after you bought it, and I could sign it for you. Doing that way. Are all these resigning Republicans setting up a Democratic majority? I don't think so. Surely we can see that the Mueller probe is wrong, yet the projects Mueller and Rose protects. No, Barbie, here's what I think Gowdy's doing. Hey, Jerry. If you go out right now, if you're Gowdy and you're Ryan, or anybody else in the Republican Party, if you go out and say, look at this proves beyond a shadow of doubt, this whole Mueller investigation is just farce, built on a farce, phony, blah, blah, blah. They're going to say, you specifically put that memo out there so you could get rid of Mueller. And that's not why the memo is out there. The memo is out there because the truth is being put out there. But if they do that right now, and they get rid of Mueller, they fire Mueller right now, or they fire Rod Rosenstein right now, it's going to look like, and they're going to blame the president again for obstruction of justice. So they have to go out and say, no, this has nothing to do with Mueller. The Mueller investigation can just, keep on going. That's fine. That's why they're doing it. Hey, Hassan, how are you? I really don't know what will come of this memo. People need to be fired or put in jail. They do. No, not wishing death on her, but she does look like she has one foot in the grave. Talking about Ginsburg, yes. I don't think, Gowdy might look at a Supreme Court job. I don't know. You don't think that the things that he learned since may have inspired him to want to be AG? I don't think so, Amber. I don't think, first of all, that Sessions is going anywhere. So I don't think that opportunity is going to happen. It's just, it's not. It's not going to happen. They blame Trump for everything. It's like the boy who cried wolf. We ignore them then, now. Yeah, then and now. They will blame Trump if he fires them too. Yep, Barbie. Right now, I'd say that here's on my article, I think what is the only way right now at this moment to get rid of Rod Rosenstein safely, meaning where they won't blame the president, is for the American public to come out in a campaign like they did for Release the Memo and say Rosenstein must be fired or must resign or whatever the question, whatever, hashtag you want to put on there. I think that's how you get Rod Rosenstein out of office. Any other way right now is going to look like it's the Trump administration trying to do things. I think Trump should do whatever he wants because it really doesn't matter. They'll never like him. It's not about liking him, Amber. It's about wanting to see that justice is done. If we move forward, we want to make sure that we're not accused of anything. Hey, Cully. Hey, Alan. Libs are doing a tit for tat. Wait for our memo to come out. Yeah, I know, Alan. Their memo, they probably did make up the memo. Hey, Mark. We are used to Trump getting blamed for everything. He just lets it slide off of him. Exactly. Yeah, just in general, I mean, I think we should just put Rosenstein must resign and let's let Rosenstein exit himself. He decide to retire early, whatever. If we do nothing, nothing's going to happen to him. I really don't think so. Because it's going to be up to Jeff Sessions to fire him. I don't think Jeff's going to do it. I just think he's going to sit there until at least the Mueller investigation is done, if that's ever going to be done, and then he might be fired. Lots of independents and some Dems seeing the light and switching away from the Dems. That's good, Jerry. Let's start the hashtag. Isn't Rosenstein's threat of retaliation a violation of some article? Yeah, it could be, Amber. It could be an obstruction of justice type thing. And yes, it is. But you got to prove that he did that for one. And, it's the same thing when they're looking at President Trump, obstruction of justice. It's kind of hard to prove. Hey, Marianne, how can I get a signed copy of your book to my niece? Mark, if you buy it and send it to me, then I can sign it. I can do it that way because everything goes through Amazon. This is costing too much money. There's better things to do. Amber, absolutely agreed. The last time we looked at the money, it was over $7 million. This, to me, and I don't know what your opinion is, but looking at the memo and the dossier and who paid for it and everything else, the thing of it is that the whole entire Mueller investigation is based on a lie, a farce, a created whatever between the DNC, the Clinton campaign, the Christopher Steele, and possibly the FBI and DOJ. I think the people that come up with the nonsense should have to pay that money back. It would be nice. Take it right out of the DNC's pocket. However, the DNC is kind of broke right now. Yeah, if you want me to sign the book, just buy it on Amazon. I'll give you an address to send it to, and you can send it to me. I'll sign it and then send it back to you. Everyone that participated in all of this should have to repay. Yes. You do have proof RR signed off on the memo. Rod Rosenstein signed off on getting the application renewed for the FISA court. Now, it's kind of like, if anybody ever got a temporary restraining order. Every 90 days, that temporary restraining order runs out and it's no longer any good, or you have to go into court and have it re-signed, basically, to make sure that the temporary restraining order stays in effect. And so, basically what's happening is Rod Rosenstein can say, all I did was just re-up, the FISA warrant. I didn't have to check it through because all I went in to do, it's an abuse of power, Jerry. All I have to do is just, all I did was just sign it because it's been done before. Everybody else had signed it. I just signed it again because I thought this is what, had gone into court before. I didn't really check it. He didn't sign it. I mean, the court signed it, but he presented it to the court. Hey, Sherry, with probably the same information that he had gotten from everybody else. And so he can say that. Page is bad, but tapping the opposition party is unacceptable. Yeah, I don't know about Page. I think he's a small fish in a big pond who wanted to be a bigger fish than he really was. But it is his responsibility to review. Joyce, Yolanda, he could have said he reviewed it, but based upon what everybody else said, he didn't have to go further. I mean, I'm not saying he's, going to be totally clear, but I'm not saying it's going to be, just a rubber stamp bad. There's a lot, there's a wiggle room that these people, they're lawyers. Trust me, they're going to think of things of why they shouldn't be in trouble. Let me see what, if I can find this really quickly, what Jarrett actually said. Can never find it when I need it. Yeah, I do know that Jarrett said that it was an abuse of power, perhaps, and an obstruction of justice. So that would be what they would look at. But who's going to bring those charges against the deputy AG? They are part of the deep state. Well, yeah, and somebody else for Fox wrote an article and said basically that it's clear now that the deep state, that the media is part of the deep state, and that the deep state is real. January 10th meeting, Rosenstein threatened to subpoena calls and texts of Intel committee to stop it. Yep. What about Sessions and all this? What about it, Barbie? I mean, Sessions is basically recused himself, and he's kind of out of it. Hope that they have more that comes up people need to know. Well, they say there's going to be more. So that's gonna be pretty telling. Corruption running rampant and no one is responsible. Yep. It's kind of like if he did use his badge to say, I'm going to subpoena records if you guys bring out that memo, you could look at it a couple of ways. I mean, again, he could say, well, I'm just saying, I was going to get that information, and so if you're going to put the memo out there, I need to know if the memo is really based on legitimate information. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of wiggle room. You get in more trouble for jaywalking. Yeah, exactly, Amber. Sarah Carter said second memo is worse. Oh, I'm sure. I am sure. It's going to get worse and worse. I don't hate Sessions, but something needs to be done, and I don't know if he's up to the task, Robin said. We're used to Trump getting blamed for everything. Oh, yeah, we said that a minute ago. Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, I don't know. See, right now, we don't have enough. Your thoughts on the movie The Post? I haven't seen The Post. There's more memos. Each one's worse. Yep. And let me just say, and you probably know this already, sort of in a biblical warning, I guess it would be, and listening to a pastor yesterday kind of solidified it even more. The more these memos come out and the more it appears that how many are connected to the, in the United States, in the deep state, how many of the top leaders are connected to that. As more and more comes out like that, just prepare yourself for the elitists, the globalists, and other people on the left. They're going to lose it. They're going to lose it. Yeah, I don't know what The Post is about. I don't spend too much time watching left-wing movies, so they didn't do that with the dossier. Didn't do what, Alan? Remember the Planned Parenthood videos? Cecile jumped at apology, then worse videos came out. Yep. Left is insane, Rhonda said. Look, we are on the edge here, gang. We are on the edge here, Pat. Absolutely. And, people are going to really lose it. The more that comes out, the more you're going to see the left coming after the president, after the vice president, after what they have put in place and never thought was going to be broken. Yeah, don't kid yourself. It's going to get bad. Really bad. And they need to release all the memos. Tired of it, Robin said. Yep, they do. Release them all. They should have just done that in the very beginning. Oh, yeah, they didn't verify the dossier. No. So, I mean, I think, totally agree, Oki said, Jules is back. Yay. I just think you've got to prepare yourself as a believer. You've really got to prepare yourself. Are our taxes still paying for abortions? Yes, Daniel, I believe so. Check it to make sure it was real. Yeah, they didn't care. Well, there again, Ellen, they relied on Christopher Steele as an informant and believed what he was saying, which is ridiculous. Or at least they maybe could say, justify it that way. This is what we did and why. So, I mean, while you may be sitting there looking at things and going, it's very clear cut, when you get into a court of law and when you have people talking about this and attorneys who have been, especially if these are deep state attorneys, they've thought about how they can protect themselves. And so it's not as clear cut. Did anyone think the deep state is this deep? Pat, as it started unfolding, I did. As I've said before, I think the deep state is bottomless. Rosenstein didn't do his job, should have read it and verified it. Well, Barb, that depends. He can say he was relying on what everybody else did in front of him and before him. And so that might justify it. He may get a little smack on the hand, that's possible, or he could get the hammer brought down. But, it's not as clear cut as you think it is. Especially when you get in a court of law and you're being represented. The Dems thought, yeah, they could hide everything for the rest of their lives. God is revealing it all, Robin said. God is really revealing it all. That's all I have to say. I'm telling you, if you're doing anything in your life that you shouldn't be doing, you'd better stop right now, because even that's going to be revealed. I think that God, for whatever reason, all across America, all across the world, is revealing from the smallest to the greatest evil right now. I don't know exactly why, but it's all coming out right now. And it's pretty amazing to watch. I know, Daniel. It's just like everybody. Don't think this is just going to lend itself and be right there in politics. This is across the board. Trust me, it's across the board. So get right with everybody. If you're doing something that you're not quite sure about, you better get really sure about it really fast. That's all I got to say. So with Rosenstein again. Just going back and saying, well, I reviewed everybody else's files, and because the court had approved it and it looked like it was approved, blah, 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 all I did was review what they had written, and I just signed off on it. And so I think he might be protected in that way, and he may not be. It's going to depend on if anybody brings charges, and two, what a court may say, and how these procedures are done in the past. Is this something that's typically done this way? And if it is, he's going to maybe have a little protection on it. Do I still think that he should stay? No. While you read Trump's tweet on Schiff, yes, that was good. Let me see if I have that one. Trump says, little Adam Schiff, one of the biggest liars and leakers in Washington. Yeah, we all kind of pretty much knew that. It's like, Adam Schiff is, talk about somebody who's shifty and probably has something that he's hiding. It's written all over his face. I can't prove it, but I think it may be coming. I don't know. Let's see. The thing that Jarrett said, he said, second sources can confirm on January the 10th, Rosenstein used the power of his office to threaten to subpoena calls and texts of the House Intel Committee to get it to stop the DOJ and FBI investigation. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that who wants to buy weather tech stuff now. I don't know if that means he threatened to go into information on other areas of the House Intel Committee, meaning like if they're doing cases A, B, C, and D, that he threatened to go in and get all the information from A, B, C, and D and subpoena those, or if he threatened to subpoena what they were talking about in the memo. So it's not really clear here what Greg Jarrett of Fox was talking about. So I'd want to know a little bit more of that. I mean, again, you can claim a lot of things, but you got to have the proof. Good looking, lovely as usual. Thank you, Josette. Good to see you. The proof he is shifty is in his actions. Yes. Yes. Hey, Chicago Pops. I worry about an assassination attempt. Trump needs prayer and protection from God. Yes, Renee. But I also feel very strongly we should be praying for the vice president. I think clearly that we need to pray for him. I'll just say that. Hey, Marie. Because again, if you knock out the vice president, some dominoes could fall after that. If the memo was against Trump, MSM would be for the release. I think they have proof, just waiting for the right time, definitely. Uh, and it's interesting, again, because I do believe that Trey Gowdy, hey, Spencer, came out and said that, saying that, no, this doesn't take the Mueller investigation off the table. Yeah, okay. Learn, sweetheart, how to spell whole. But Gowdy was saying that the FISA warrant would not have been authorized without the dossier. So true. Barbie, what I'm saying is that if you have the vice president in there, if you take him out, then Paul Ryan moves up into that position. And I think Vice President Pence is a great protection for the president, because if let's say Amendment 25 or Article 25, if somebody wants to bring that and try to impeach him, then that's it's the 25th Amendment, is not going to happen with Pence in power. It could happen with Ryan. I could see that, but not with Pence. And so I think that's a big protection, having the president and Pence together. Gowdy's a good speaker, but all talk. Hey, Barbara. But Renee, you have to remember this. Yes, he has all talk and no bite, according to some people. But when he was doing his main stuff, it was when Obama was the president. Nobody under Obama in the Obama administration, or including the DOJ, was going to do anything about what Trey Gowdy was saying. So for people who say that he's just all talk, you have to clarify that, because it was under the Obama administration. Nothing was going to happen. I don't care who you were, how good you were. Nobody was going to do anything to anybody of the Obama administration, of their people. I've read some very dark things about Pence. What about you, Yolanda? I've never heard anything bad about Pence. Gowdy has no ability to prosecute, not his role. That's right, Jules. All he can do is bring up the evidence, and it's up to everybody else. He has opportunity and now quits. No, he doesn't really have an opportunity, Renee. He can uncover some things, but he's still not in a position to do anything. It's not up to him. It's up to the DOJ to prosecute people. He's not the DOJ, and he's not going to be that. All we know is what we're being told. That's right, Brandon. Hey, Barb. I don't know if I said hello to you over there on Facebook Live. I would assume that because the warrant was secured through nefarious means, that anything it garnered for evidence would be nullified. You would hope so, Spencer. That would certainly be argued. Hopefully. So, again, there's so much legalities, and we can't blame Gowdy for everything, I mean, seriously. His hands were tied under the Obama administration, and he's not the DOJ. We only have the word of man. You know how that goes most of the time. Yes, Brandon, very true. Very, very true. So I think as the memos come out, we're going to have to just see where this goes. Hey, Georgia. But I do say one of the things that we need to do, and quickly here, if you really want Rosenstein to resign, you're going to have to start, like I said, Rosenstein must resign. You're going to have to start that hashtag and get it trending. If it doesn't do that, he's not going anywhere. I like Pence. I just read them. Yeah, Yolanda, I don't know. I've never read anything bad about him. Could be the left's articles. I don't know. I don't know who put them out. Nevertheless, happy to see Gowdy out, Julia said. Good morning. If that warrant led to Mueller's investigation, then that itself could be invalidated. It could be, Spencer. Rush said Friday things are worse than what we thought. Oh, Pat, and I think they're still a lot worse than what we think right now. I think that memo was just the tip of the iceberg. I think if you really release more memos and show what has really been going on, for years people have talked about the Trilateral Commission and all of those people. Well, you're going to learn that probably the Trilateral Commission is just like a playground as compared to the dark, deep truth that is still hidden, that may or may not be released to us. I don't know. mean, how much is classified information? How much more are the Democrats going to fight it? I think that you need attention, and this isn't the place to get it, so we'll see you later. Nunez says FISA memo is only 15%. I believe that, Barbie. Pence is a good man, praying for both the Pence and President Trump. Absolutely, Barb. Counting down until when Christians are next to be persecuted. Yes, Brandon. They cannot get president, so now we go for the sweetest, cleanest, nicest, most Christian, Barbara said. Trump is dismantling behind the scenes. Yeah, bang theatral, Pat said. Yeah. So, how much more we're going to get? I don't know. What's going to happen when the Democrats' memo is released? I don't know. I mean, to me, all it could really talk about is what the Democrats are doing. So we'll see. I mean, if they have something in somebody, bring it out. As we said the other day, let's see the truth. I want the truth. If it's a Republican doing it and they need to go, out you go. If it's Democrats, out you go. We're at the halfway point. If you could retweet and share this, I would really appreciate it. Everybody, if you could do that right now, that'd be great. Oh, he supposedly did something they call racist in Indiana as governor. Oh, please. I wish we knew more about the U.S. Embassy being attacked under Hillary's watch. Yeah, Teresa, I don't know if anybody's going to go back and talk about that anymore. All the committees are a waste of time if they have no power to do anything. I can't trust anyone in our government. That's true. Hey, Susie, how are you? The thing of it is, Renee, the committees aren't a waste of time if you have an administration that will take what the committee has brought out into the open and do something about it. Under the Obama administration, you could have exposed all these Democrats all day long, and they were not going to do anything about it. Under the Trump administration, we'll see what's going to happen. The sad thing is we have a DOJ right now whose hands are kind of tied because of this Mueller investigation. That's why this Mueller investigation needs to go away. Alice said, agree, doesn't matter who is in the drain them all. Yep. Benghazi is still unresolved, and that's sad. Yes. Committees expose the darkness at least. Yes. If we don't get accountability with Trump in charge, it will never happen. That's right, Chris. You're absolutely right. But that's why I say we need that hashtag going around. We need to have that trending because that's what gets the attention from the American public. Honestly, they're not helping us in the media. That's not going to help us at all. You're only going to get what the American public really thinks, unfortunately, on something like Twitter. And that they listen to that. I mean, that's why we have the memo released. I mean, it would not have been released had we not done that. I guarantee you. And that's a sad fact because, like I said the other day, it's very sad when we have, as the American public, they're not listening to us. Hillary has blood on her hands. God is watching. Yes, Barb, absolutely. But Dems claim Russian bots. Yes. On and on and on they claim Russian bots. They all have dirt on them. I can see Obama saying you do this or else to Ryan or anyone else. I believe that is why we had them all sitting on their hands. Words travel. Yeah, I believe so, Barbara. Renee made phone calls too. That's good. I mean, you could also bombard the DOJ's office and saying that Rosenstein should go or should resign. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I am not a Russian bot. I know, Barb, you're not. We all knew that once we got an honest, transparent administration in place, things would get ugly. Spencer, yes, but I don't think anybody had a clue that it was going to be this bad. Surely there is one charge that would stick to Hillary. You would think so. Gotta love this room. Lots of intelligent people. Exactly, Pat. That's why I love this discussion in here in the morning. Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, Jerry, just getting ready to talk about that. Why have we not heard from the FISA court about the validity of its intercept warrant? They are presumably the impartial defender of our rights. Tom, have we ever heard from the FISA court before? I don't think we're going to because, it's such a top secret type court. If they come out and talk too much, then we're going to know who they are, what they're saying, and everything else. I think they may do things differently in the coming up. And they should go after these people who lied to them or kept information from them and hold them in contempt of court, if nothing else. Your show is my political sanity. Thank you, Marianne. I want Hillary to pass away a convicted felon. Spencer said, DC will not fix itself. Oh, absolutely not, Rick. Absolutely not. Yeah, but I think we, the people, are going to have to continue to speak up because we can't go back to sleep. You know, this memo, everybody thought, great, this is going to be it. This is all we need to do, and everything's going to turn out all right. FISA should be dismantled. I don't know why we have a FISA court. I mean, I know the principle behind it, but I'm telling you, get rid of it. Jerry said the pedo sex trafficking rings will be coming out soon. Brace yourself. That's what some people are saying. But you know what? Here's the thing, Jerry. We all know how bad and probably seriously worse than we even think that the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, we know how bad that is. And as I've told you before, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. With money like that, people die to keep that information secret. And so when that comes out, if and when that comes out, when I talked a while ago about the left going crazy, you haven't seen crazy until that comes out. You haven't seen crazy until people like that start to fear losing their money. And that's when you're going to really see crazy. You're going to see stuff happening. Hey, Alexis, that you never thought could happen. Hey, Amanda. So, you haven't seen anything yet. Technically, the Patriot Act could be used in all these criminals, but it's used on whistleblowers. Exactly, Renee. Yes, even snuff films I didn't know existed. Oh, Jerry, the snuff films used to be horrendously horrible back in the 70s. Satanic ritual abuse, child trafficking. We have to stay focused on the bigger picture. We also have to stay focused on the fact that God is in control. We can't freak out when these other people are freaking out. You know what's coming, and you know that God is in control, and that's what we have to remember. Dims in Hollywood and media going to go crazy when the craps hit the fan. Barb said, oh, I missed it. Left won't go down without a nasty fight. A really nasty fight, Tammy. Yes, pray as God is cleansing the nation. Yes, in a huge, huge way. I agree, Susan, God is in control. And we just have to remember that. And we have to remember you're going to hear a lot of rumors. This is why, again, I tell you, a lot of people are going to be telling you things. You need to go and do research. When people are telling you where, the Americans are going to go into Gitmo, you really need to do your research on that. Secret groups making secret decisions to spy on Americans is an abomination to our nation. The Congress just expanded their powers too. Even being mentioned by a suspect in email can get you targeted, Spencer said. Hillary just gave a speech at Georgetown University. Who would even listen to her, and why? You know what, Blue Eyes? People still listen to her. They don't listen to the news. They don't listen at all. I know the end of the story. Exactly, Brandon. Get you targeted. Yeah, I got it, Spencer. I mean, look at this. When that group of young people can go out and go to the University of Texas and sit there and do an interview, and the people don't even know the State of the Union address hadn't occurred at that point, and they're giving an opinion about the State of the Union. I mean, what else can you expect? Someone should have walked right up behind her and handcuffed her. That would have been great, Blue Eyes. Because she's already probably got the pantsuit on, right? So we can just handcuff her and take her away. But, look at that. These people are so arrogant. Even when they know that they're under suspect, under suspicion, whatever you want to say, they still go out. They know that you got to go out in public like you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she's an expert at this. She's been doing it for 30 years. Hey, Robin, I would watch her if that would happen. Oh my gosh, Amanda, I would too. Pride before the fall. Yep. It's arrogance, it's evil, and that's what people are doing. They're going out and pretending that everything is okay. It's like Rosenstein the other day when he laughed about, oh, did something happen? When McCabe stepped down. Arrogance. Folks give government too much power and control of their lives. Absolutely, Brandon. Comey still tweeting, should keep quiet. Nope, Barb, he is so arrogant. Nothing ever happens to them. Well, Ralph, that's true. It seems that way, and if it doesn't happen in this lifetime, it's certainly going to happen in the next. So it may not happen in this lifetime. It may not. I mean, that's the one thing that we'll never know. But I think somebody has to go with this. Personal responsibility is a lost art. Yep. Hillary was at Georgetown this morning giving a speech on human rights. Very hypocritical. Yeah, I know, Georgia. It's amazing. While it is good, it's also a double-edged sword, Rick said. To some people, the only way to get their news is from the internet, and it's also a double-edged sword, Rick said. They don't believe in the next life. That's right, Big Ralph, they don't. They certainly don't. This activity is happening because they thought they had the election in the bag and weren't yep. Renee, they thought this would never come out. Public schools not teaching critical thinking. That's true, Chris, and that's what you can thank Common Core for that. Asked Haiti about Hillary Clinton human rights debacle. Yep, Brandon. Took the money from what was earmarked for Haiti, right? Cover for their crimes, Renee said. Rosenstein must resign, Robin said. Hashtag Rosenstein must resign. That's what I was saying, Robin. We have to get that going because that's the only way the American public is going to be heard. Spencer said he gets all his news off the radio. Then I sit and listen to how badly NPR lies to us. Oh, I know. Media on their side, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. This will not surprise you. Good morning, Teresa. John McCain has teamed up with Chris Coons, a Democrat from Delaware. I've already posted a bunch of times. Good, Robin. And he's going to propose a bill on immigration that offers, get this, amnesty, but no wall. Only a comprehensive study. He only wants to pay for comprehensive study to determine the border security measures that are really needed. So John McCain, reaching across the aisle again with the enemy. Yeah, McCain is a traitor, Danielle said. And coming up with some harebrained amnesty giving, no wall proposal. McCain is a criminal and a traitor, Renee said to the anti-Pence troll left. Barbara, I think they may have exited without their will. I don't know. McCain has, well, he does have a brain, blue eyes, but what he chooses to use it for is suspect. McCain should be medically evaluated. Yeah, you would think, Brandon, that his doctors had done that, but you would also think that somebody might call for that, but nobody wants to be that person. They can do that against President Trump and say he's mentally ill and have all these people putting ads in the New York Times, but nobody will come out when somebody has brain cancer and could actually have an issue. Nobody will ask for that evaluation. McCain will be buried in Vietnam. You think so, Ralph? McCain is evil. Have you ever just looked at him in the face, his eyes? I try not to, Renee, but yeah, I have. Never had a brain, and now it's worse, Barbara said. Spencer said they want to pay one of their cronies millions for a fake study. Yep. McCain is not going to be around much longer. He's living on borrowed time. Could be, Barbara. It's sad and disgraceful what McCain's become. I know, Jay. It really is very sad. McCain has nothing to lose at this point. That's true, Brandon. But he's acted like this most of his time in Congress. Hey, Jay, are you related to Morgan, by the way? So also, Reince Priebus told Meet the Press that he never felt at any time that Trump was going to fire Mueller. So it goes against them saying, obstruction of justice, where President Trump is involved. True, nothing new for McCain. Nope, not a thing. And to think he ran for president recently. I know, Robin. Oh, wow. If we had, think about this. Which would have been worse, John McCain or Obama? I'm not sure. I think it would have been one and the same. I really do. When more truths come out, let's see how long Juan Williams and his leftist friends will defend this. The bad people, Gisette said. Oh, probably till the death there, Gisette. MSM only covers White House drama, but never good news. Yep. Thank you, Yolanda, for the super heart. McCain ran to lose. McCain ran to knock Mitt Romney out of the campaign, is what he did. McCain wants his evil to live onward forever. I know, Gisette. Spencer, sorry. Yeah, that was the purpose of McCain, was to get Romney out of running for president. That's what it was. And he and I think at the time, and I know you're not going to like this, but he and Huckabee kind of ganged up together, if you will, and got Romney out. I'm not saying Romney would have been good, Well, would have certainly probably been better than McCain, I'm hoping. Ugh. McCain messed up when he got crazy Palin on board, Brandon said. Well, at the time, I think Sarah would have been better had she been able to do what she wanted to do rather than being told by them what she could or couldn't do. McCain used his military background for votes. Yep. Daniel, and he still does in Arizona. John McCain, classic example for term limits. Will Congress vote for them? Nope, Rick said. True, Rick. Congrats to the Eagles on the Super Bowl upset against Patriots last night. Pray for Philadelphia with the celebrations going on in the city. Cleveland of the East Coast, indeed. Yeah, Hassan, all of us in here, probably down to almost like the last person, boycotted the Super Bowl because we boycott the NFL, but we understand that. Like Palin more than McGrano. I know, Cully. McCain would have lost in a landslide without Palin. I agree with that, Ralph. McCain and Kerry are traitors to America. They both gave up our boys. Yes, Barb, I believe that. Rhonda said boycotting the NFL. John McCain, classic example. Oh, I already read that. Sorry, I thought that moved again. One of the things that came out of some sad news in the NFL player Indiana Colts Edwin Jacobson, age 26, and his Uber driver were killed early Sunday. Hey, Toothley, how are you? Was killed by an illegal alien who was drunk. Those are the allegations. Bernie knew he would not be allowed to win the primary. It was all just a left illusion of them having a choice. The truth is that there was never any choice for them from the start, Spencer said. Yep, loose lips McCain. Yeah, so very sad. This young man from Indiana Colts, 26 years old, and the drunk driver ran into them, killed both of them. It's very sad. Gajit. And that happened on Super Bowl Sunday. So. Also, some other news in Arizona. Very sad news. He was a good linebacker, was he, Cully? Someone needs to put the faces of all the people who have been killed by illegals up. Yep. Eagles owner, coach dead. I don't understand that, Yolanda. Yep. So the Arizona news is a 21-year-old man was arrested after gunning down the Arizona fire captain on Sunday. What happened was supposedly the guy was driving in this car. The 21-year-old kept bumping into these men that were in a golf cart going somewhere. And the fire captain got off the golf cart, went around to the driver's side window to say, like, what are you doing? And the guy allegedly shot and killed him right on the spot, right there. A young fire captain, looked to be about in his 30s. Governor Jerry Brown, in the meantime, giving illegals driver's license and the right to vote there, yeah. Well, he hasn't given them the right to vote. What he's done is, that happened on Sunday, Rhonda, or Saturday or Sunday. It happened Sunday. Yeah, very awful. Jerry Brown hasn't given them the right to vote. What he's done is that he's given them the equipment to go vote if they don't get caught. Amtrak train got into accident yesterday morning. 2 employees killed. Yep, Rick. Any good news? I know, Brandon. I'm looking for them. How's this for good news? The Tennessee schools, they're trying to pass this bill for the schools that have to be forced to display "In God We Trust" in Tennessee schools. Pray for Tennessee. Pray for Tennessee that they get this bill through. So there's your good news, and that's about all we can find in the news that's good these days. Lisa, if I didn't say hello, I thought I did say hello, but I'm not sure. Your voice of morning reason. Thank you, Ron. Why so many train wrecks? What's going on? Well, it's funny. The Amtrak yesterday in South Carolina, when that accident happened, now blaming the freight train that was sitting next to the track or wherever it was. They're blaming them for the cause of that accident. And thank you, Woodcarver. And they're saying that that there were 2 employees that were killed, and it wasn't. They're saying it had nothing to do with Amtrak's. Please donate at SusanKnowles.com because Susan isn't getting money from Periscope. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. I wonder who was on the train. Alexis, I don't know. It's hard to say. Again, I don't want to, be a conspiratorial type person. I don't know if it was just a regular train accident or something else. I know a lot of people want to say it's false flags. I don't know. Oh, people even blame Trump for the train. Of course. Of course. I mean, if tomorrow it rains, it's going to be Trump's fault. You know that, right? You already know that. There was a guy named Josh Campbell. He's a former supervisory special agent. I guess he wrote something saying that he was going to, resign from the FBI because after the memo came out, it's hard enough being the FBI, but now it's even harder. You know what I say? If you feel that way, go for it. There's always somebody that's going to take your place, ready, willing, and able. And if you don't see the deep state that you're working in and you're a part of it, then you need to go anyway. So we need some fresh faces in there, some people who aren't part of the deep state, who want to go in with the FBI and actually do the job that the FBI should do. Offer me the position. I'll go. I'll go. You're not going to buy me. I'm not going to be part of the deep state, and I'll be a whistleblower if need be. You need people who want to go in there and do the job. Well, then yesterday afternoon was perfect, so guess thank Trump, not God. Yep, I'm on the Trump train as well, Amanda said. Cyber warfare is the next front. Oh, you betcha. Rank and file are good people. Yes. They don't know right from wrong because they don't know who God is anymore. Exactly, Blue Eyes. It is the suits, not the boots. There are good people out there, but we just got to quit having these people who are in there and part of the deep state, hiring people into the FBI that are just like them, or hiring people into the DOJ that are just like them. They're looking for people who are willing to, I guess, break the law if need be. The FBI has been corrupt all the way back to Waco and Ruby Ridge with the Clintons, Spencer said. It's just a matter of getting the right people. A Catholic university, the University of Dayton, wants to eliminate gender-specific terms of husband and wife. While they say they still believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, they're going to be using gender-neutral terms. So which one is it? Do you believe the Bible? Do you believe what God said? There's man and woman, male, female, or not? Your Catholic university, okay? A Catholic college. I mean, come on. I believe they were into the Clintons back in Arkansas, in fact. Yeah, Spencer, I'm sure. FBI's always been corrupt. Just look at Hoover. Yep. I stand with God. Absolutely, Robin. Absolutely. Facts of sexuality do not care about your feelings. Yeah. Be vigilant, everyone. Disgusting, Alan said. There are only two. When in doubt, look down. If confused, look up, Barbara said. Everything goes back to the Clintons. There's been a lot of people, if you look it up and you see how many people over the last 30 years have died who've been connected. Yeah, oh my God, Catholic University is so confused, Barbara said. If you look at how many people have died over those 30 years, I mean, my God, you could fill a graveyard with the people that way. The devil always deceives and disrupts what's good and the truth. Absolutely, Blue Eyes. Absolutely. I did that one time. I wish I'd kept my list. I went back like 30 years. There were so many people that had died over that 30-year period, some in very suspicious, I know that surprises you, very suspicious type circumstances. Hey, Carol Ann. Pope would probably be for it. Episcopalian Church in D.C. has voted to stop using male gender for God. Whoa, Renee. Whoa. I will always stand on God's word, husband and wife. The rest is evil and nonsense, Robin said. Spencer said, what are they going to do? Replace the term husband and wife with X and O? I have no idea. I have no idea. Arkansas. There you go, Yolanda. But, again, Christians, talking to you now, we're going to be standing alone. In the end, we're going to be standing alone with God, but those people that you thought were your friends, those people that you thought were your family, those people you thought you could trust, in the end, they're not going to be there with you. You and God are going to be alone in this fight. And when I say that, I mean other Christians will be with you, but everybody that you thought was your base probably aren't going to be there. I'm not saying that's tomorrow, but I'm saying as things evolve and as we get closer to the very last days of the end times. I'm going to be called up. Brandon said, if God be for us, who can stand against us? I read the article yesterday. God the Father is evidently offensive now. Wow. That's really sick, Renee. Never doubt God, even who see others lose their faith. Yeah, when you see others lose their faith. Exactly. I know, Robin, a lot of people have a lot of friends that are no longer their friends anymore, and they don't understand what's happening. And I'm like, they're going to be falling away. They just are. And you need to be prepared and be strong. They are deceived and believe the lie for the truth. Yes, Gajit. I don't know which way to pronounce it. Amen. Stay close to the Lord. I will always stand on God's terms, Robin said. God laughs at us and then cries. I know, Barbara. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. He's got patience more than anybody I've ever known in the world, and which rightfully so. That's why we encourage each other. That's why, Robin. That's why also, as Christians, we need to live as clean a life as we possibly can. And I mean that. From being deceived by others, from watching movies that are not good, you know what I'm saying, from reading vile material, from on and on and on. And I know, God bless Susan and everyone. Thank you, Daniel. God bless you. And I know that sounds like, old school, goody two shoes. I understand that. But I also know that it's true. And I also know that it comes from God. And I know that's what we have to do. And we have to do especially in these end times. Heard that in church yesterday from Ephesians, live holy lives. Wow. Robin, absolutely. Exactly. Keep ourselves separate from the world. Yes. One sinner uses a bad Christian to judge all Christians. And again, going into scopes of people, even that, when you know that those people, maybe what they've done, what they're saying may be vile, what they're saying may not be the truth or whatever. That's why I limit my time on anybody's scopes and pretty much don't go into anybody's scopes. Because some of the things that I see, I know that it's not Christianly, it's not in the Bible, it's not biblical principles. God's word never changes. People are trying to change it. God will not allow it. Robin said, in the end, we will be judged not on how pure we are, but the effort we expended in striving to be just that. I stopped listening if they go against God. Well, Brandon, it's more than that. I mean, when you listen to people and they may be trying to lie to you or deceive you, you've got to be aware of those people. I just see that Facebook disconnected me. They must not. I was talking about God, so yes, we are watched carefully like we were living in a fishbowl. Yeah, I mean, you can't hide from God, and if you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing, He's going to know it. So, Comey hired by the Howard University for lecture series on policy and ethics. Lordy donating his fees. He should, Barbie. I don't even know. I think didn't they boo him when he was there? They don't want him there. They're kind of wondering why he's there. And it's a black university predominantly, I think, and I believe they were booing him at one of their graduations. I wasn't it last year. Something I remember him getting booed. I hope they boo again. I know, Barbie. I mean, of anybody, he's not the poster child for truth and honesty and integrity. People glory when we stumble. Yep. Already blocked from some of the family that are coexist because I said Christ is the only way, Carol Ann said. Carol Ann, God bless you. You did the right thing. I just got booted off and says broadcast interrupted now. Georgia, you're back. They interrupted, but probably lost people on Facebook. In the end, God's word will survive. Absolutely. And we know where we're going. Yes, please watch out for false teaching. Pray for discernment. That's a big thing. You got to pray for discernment. Again, if you're watching a TV program, watching a movie, watching a Periscope pundit, ask yourself about what you're watching, what you're seeing. It's very important. Have a blessed day too, Brandon. If you would, please, everybody, retweet this. It's really important. Every day, Twitter, Periscope, honestly, keeps my numbers down every day. And I know this because of what the numbers I'm seeing and what it says at the end. Two different things. So I really appreciate it. Trying my best here to get the word out. Retweet and Rosenstein must resign. Hashtag Rosenstein must resign. Get that going. Get that trending. We won't get rid of him otherwise. Unless somebody's willing to take a pretty huge risk. Visited a new church yesterday and it's difficult. get you. If I go into a particular church and they don't teach the entire Bible, I'm out. Use it every time you comment anywhere. Yes, it's hard to find the truth. If you're in a church and they're only teaching you a grace-based part of the Bible, you need to find another church. Twitter erasing our hashtags as fast as we can make them. Probably Ralph. Thank you, Spencer. So thankful for my pastor. Well, Robin, if you got a good one, that's all that matters. I'm once again not given retweet option. Chris, maybe once you get off, you can retweet it after you get off after we go off, and then you can retweet it that way. Thanks, Susan, for another great scope. Everyone have a blessed day. Pimping out a death for views. Gosh, your stink. Your name kind of goes with you there. Post on trending tweets. It helps. Thanks, Susan. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Take care. All right, everybody on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.